Hello, beautiful YouTube followers. Here is the comparison of decks that I promised you. We have the Muse Tarot and the Fountain Tarot. And I think there's another video out there that does this comparison. And I don't even know if I've actually watched it or not. But for the life of me, I've been trying to get to it. And I haven't managed to get back to it for some reason. I don't know if it's been taken off the air. I wanted to do something different, but I'll just have to do my own piece. So if it sounds a lot like what somebody else did, I apologize. I don't think I've ever seen it because I just cannot find it. But I think I did see it one time in a very fleeting moment. Anywho, so why do a comparison of the Fountain versus the Muse? I mean, at first, when you first look at these two, they couldn't be more different. And I mean, look at the books. And the boxes are just as equally as different, right? So one is really colorful, one is monochrome, and they have their own alternative view, even though they are based on Rider-Waite-Smith, okay? But they do have a very good alternative view, which gives you a more in-depth understanding of your tarot. Now, I do not have the indie deck, the self-published versions of these. These are both the mass market production, although this is Roost Books, who is, I think, they're an American publisher. I don't want to make a mistake. I can't remember where they're based, but they are a fairly small publisher, okay, Roots Books. And the Muse is published by Hay House, okay, so big publishing company. For the price, I think I paid less for the Muse. The Muse on the box retails for US at $26.99, and the Fountain retails at, I think, $40. I paid maybe 15 for the Muse or 16 in the UK and 25 for the Fountain. The Muse is ungilded, and you can see what the edging is like. Hopefully that's good enough and you can see it. I'm playing around with the light, and you can see that the Muse Tarot actually stands quite a fair bit taller as well. The Fountain is gilded silver. Shouldn't say gilded if it's silver. And yeah, the cards are thinner. However, the cards are actually, they feel more robust than these. Go figure. Okay. Size-wise, there's a teeny little difference between the two. Not a huge amount. And I think it might actually, the corners are different, so it's very difficult to stack them. There isn't a difference. Okay. So you know that these suits have been renamed in the Muse, and we're going to go with the order that was in the Fountain, just because I love to mix and match. Okay, and because the Fountain starts with the wands, but then goes to swords, and then goes to the cups, and then finally goes to the coins, I thought, hey, let's go with that rather than the usual preordained wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. One day I will explain why they are ordered that way. Okay, so to our aces we go. I'm just going to turn down the light a little bit because these are very yellow. The fountain is very matte. The Muse is a little bit more shiny. Back's the cards, the Muse here, and the fountain on my left. Okay. Both reversible. I think they're fully reversible if you're that way inclined. And the wands are in the Muse are inspiration. Okay. So straight away you will see very feminine on one end, very or more masculine on the other side. You know, this wand is almost like a sword, right? Okay. So those are the aces. And so women feature a lot, like they are super prevalent in the Muse. I think there's not a single guy in the Muse, and there's a lot of guys in the fountain. And look at that group of guys with the Jedi swords. This made my son laugh. And then group of ladies working with their crowns and with the third eyes, creating something beautiful. So you get a very different energy from the two decks. The 5. Very different energy. And I'm going to say that, and I'm probably going to keep saying that all the way through the flip through. I'm sorry. Just because I cannot believe just how different the energy is. I mean, it conveys the same idea, but it's just so darn different. And I must say, I'm a great lover of the 8 of Wands, and this one takes it. Even though I love the ultra feminine of the Muse, this takes it. Why? I mean, look at it. All energy converging very fast on one point. Talks to me far better than this. This is almost like she's impeded in her run. And look at those high heels. They're utterly ridiculous. Anyway, enough of that. I don't like high heels. If you're going to run, you cannot run in high heels. 9. And sometimes the Muse can be a little bit more cryptic. So it's one of those decks that's actually really good if you're trying to expand a little bit on your readings. And then we have the pages, the knights, and I love that she's used the horses for the knights. And the queens, I love that queen, but then I also like that queen, so you know, very difficult. And then of course you remember that the Muse does not have a king, but has the Muse card instead. I love those fiery wings that are coming out there. Sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you don't want to see a guy. Sorry, I'm totally biased. All right, going into the swords. So because I guess they had the wands standing up, they had to have the sword kind of pointing down. And you know how much I like my sword actually pointing up. So that's a little bit disappointing for me that they've had to cut a corner with that. And again, look at the contrast. Very angular, very male. And here, you know, you have the circle and the vision and the wise owl and the prayer flags, totally different vibe. 2. Very traditional too. Not so traditional and yet traditional. You get what I mean. The 3. I adore this 3. Not so keen on that one. This 4 has so much going for it, but they're both good. I love the birds. I love having the birds, you know. For me, it's kind of essential to have something that reminds you that you're dealing with air. I mean, I guess it's voices, so it is intrinsically air. And I just love the art. I think ultimately, even though I used to think, oh, the Muse is like so much better, so much better. I think it's a little bit maybe gimmicky, whereas the fountain is giving you layers to read, more layers, and does away with any gimmick. It keeps it in a way simple, and in another way gives you layers upon layers to read. Although these are quite similar, I must say. I think it may be a girl or a boy, I don't know. It's quite gender neutral. 9. Clearly a guy here. You know, I'm not... Yeah. I won't say. The 10. And you see a lot of these reversals, right? With the energies going down, the energies going up. I don't like either of these. I'm sorry, I just don't. But I do love both of those. How to make a perfect deck. And I love both of these. And you know me, I'm Queen of Swords. So very important to have an adequate Queen of Swords. I particularly love this one. I think she's like one of the most important cards in this deck because she has the two sides of her coming through, her angelic side and her not so angelic side. Her worker of the darkness. Muse of Voices, King of Swords. I do like this King of Swords. I think he's very good. Talks to me anyways. And I must say, I love the aces, and this is a very good ace. This is ace. And this, oh, okay, it's okay, but it doesn't do it for me as much. Similar ideas being conveyed for me. The fountain takes it. Again, too gimmicky on the other side. And same. I do love this 4. I like the Muse better for the 4, although this is quite good. So you can really see the contrast. Girl, boy. Stating the obvious here, right? Now what's really funny about this is that both, I've kind of gone with that circle, that circular theme. That's interesting. And yeah, this one is much better. The 8. The 8's a bit weird in this one. I don't know. 9. Okay, so these guys are very similar. But one is like color saturated and the other one is more toned down, and you can maybe get a better feel. I don't know. The 10. I absolutely adore this 10 there. Not so sure about the dancers. I don't know. That was one of the cards that actually put me off the deck originally. And page. So you can see very similar themes. Super similar themes here. And come on, that knight has got to be taken out. And that queen's got to take it. She's so much more subtle, and I don't think the Queen of Cups is so in your face. I don't know. So, emotions. The Muse of Emotions, the King of Cups. I do like the King of Cups. I know someone who is very much like this dude, and he reminds me of him. And we're going to coins / materials, aka pentacles. So that's one of the better done aces in this deck, in the Muse deck. But I think the fountain takes it. It just speaks more. And again, the footwear is letting letting you down here. Why? Why not have them with no footwear? That would have been better. I'm getting the alchemy in the fountain, which unfortunately I'm not getting so much of here. So, and I do love my alchemy. Similar ideas being conveyed. I must say this one is a lot happier in the colors. The 5, very similar in ideas. The 6. Those are really the ones that I wanted to compare because they really are so close. Look at that. So close. Girl, boy. But so close. So which one calls to you? 8. Same again. Girl, boy. What calls to you? And the 9. Okay, yay, they had to have a girl. And the 10. So I thought nothing could trump this. Actually, this is very, very good. I do really love this one. Pages. I mean, I love that she's represented the coins with the roses. For me, that speaks to me a lot. But you get that green anyway in the fountain. I don't know. I don't get her so much. The Muse. So I do prefer the Muse of materials. Kind of speaks a lot. Volumes. And then the Fools are very similar. Look at that. Totally similar. Very, very very close and energetically very close. Except the Fool here is numbered infinite, the infinity symbol. I don't know if you can make that out. And here it is numbered 0, and I prefer no number or infinity for the Fool. Magician. Neither of them really massively talk to me. The High Priestess. Again, neither really massively talk to me. But both Empresses talk to me. I think they're both absolutely beautiful. Highly evocative. And of course, conventionally, in the Muse, you have a lady for the Emperor, which is fine. That's right up my street. The Hierophant. Again, I don't really, yeah, whatever. But I probably prefer this one with the box. Lovers. Definitely that one. A lot of pyramids in the Fountain Tarot. A lot of pyramids. Chariot, probably prefer this one. But then again, I don't have to choose. And of course, Strength and Justice have been changed. So let me do this. So the Muse has the Rider-Waite-Smith numbering with Strength in 8 and Justice in 11. So much better Justice. Sense of actual balance, although you do get that here as well. Very good Hermits. So are you a desert dweller or are you a Jedi seeker? And the Wheel. Again, a very good wheel here. You get the sense of movement and energy, which, yeah, it's almost trying too hard. So you get same things, pyramid, pyramid, lion, 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 lady, lady, and I'm sure if you look hard enough, you'll probably get a limniscate in the fountain as well. And as much as I love lion depictions, I think I prefer the fountain. I'm so, in a way, disappointed that I'm not liking the Muse more. I really want to like her more, but it's just not happening for me. There's too many things that are a little bit too stereotyped, maybe. I like that the fountain has taken has done artwork rather than taken photos, because when it's modelly like that, I'm not so sure about the photos. The Devil is excellent. Sorry. The Fountains Tower is so much better. So, Star, Moon, and again for me it's a no-brainer. The Fountain takes it, and I think the Fountain is actually going to take it quite a lot. Awakening or Judgment. But the World, this one takes it by a mile, because I'm actually thinking of taking the World card out and replacing it with the Fountain in this deck. That's how much I do not like the World card in this deck. Okay, so this is our little comparative of what I would call an ultra masculine deck, which has been designed by guys and put together by guys, and this ultra feminine gimmicky almost deck, which was put together by Chrisanne. I thought for the life of me that this would be a clear winner for me, but it's not so. As much as I love the Muse cards, and as much as I really enjoy the general vibe of the deck, I find the Fountain, because it doesn't pull you into stereotypes, has a lot more to offer, and it's just layered in ways that are more gentle, and it kind of draws you in and lets you experience the art in a way which is not completely in your face, and which lets you notice. It gives you the space to notice. So, Fountain or Muse, what do you think? Let us know in the comment, because that's what it's about. What do you think? And if you're trying to also broaden your understanding of the tarot, just pause as well. Just rewind the video and just pause and look at the cards. Look at what they evoke for you. Look at what you can see in them and see how they speak to you. And hopefully my lighting will be good enough that you can do that. Okay, so like and subscribe, because that helps me, that helps the channel. And let us know as well what you're thinking about this and how you feel about these two decks.